would you recommend all women have a hoe phase?
Yes.
You think it's essential?
Yes.
Okay.
You got married young. I was looking at you like, ma'am, that's why you're not married now, because you got married young. So now you having fun.
I can't believe a woman will come on the internet and promote young women going through a hoe phase. Then those same women that go through a hoe phase, y'all want them to turn around when they're in their 30s and 40s, washed up, to become wives.
Oh my God.
No shade. None. Breakup. You've been with that person since middle school. You've been with that person since high school. Y'all been together since Moses parted the Red Sea. My God, break the fuck up.
If she said no shade, I'm saying no shade. But this first comment, I'm telling you, preach it. Them 304 phases be necessary for overall development as a person and in relationships. If you don't sleep with them, at least date them till you find the one.
Don't say anything. But that shit there, no can do, y'all. All right, bitch, you going too far. No can do.
You do not need to have a 304 phase. As a man or a woman, have conversations with people that had a 304 phase, and guess what they say? I didn't need to do that. I regret doing a lot of that. I don't know why I ever did that. I don't know why, no shade, some of you think, yeah, let's tell the people that been with someone for a long period of time to break up. If you've been with someone for a long period of time and it's been a healthy relationship, like you really can't see yourself being with someone else, but you're saying, well, I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should go try to be with other people. But you've been happy and you have outside noise trying to convince you to go be single, run from them. Stay far away. Do you know how hard it is to find someone that you're comfortable with? Do you know how hard it is to find someone that you trust? Do you know how hard it is to find someone you can rely on? Okay.
That part.
So a lot of folks are sounding off about Ayesha Curry again, but she's no stranger to being involved in questionable remarks that have come across as undermine her husband, Steph Curry, and their marriage.
Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
Did you talk to Steph about it?
Like, he's so gracious. Like, he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughter so quickly. Didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
Recently, a woman claimed Ayesha probably feels trapped since she's been with Steph since high school and that she missed out on doing her thing.
Ayesha Curry is a perfect example of why it is so important to have a hoe phase. Go be a hoe. Be a hoe.
I beg your pardon?
Be a safe hoe though. Like, protect yourself and don't get pregnant. That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped. Trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have. She probably ain't never been hoed. She probably ain't never been drugged through the mud by a dude. She probably never had a heartbroken time and time again. That's why she can't really appreciate what she has, because it's like, I need something edgy. I need something fun. Like this mom stuff. This being married to Steph Curry, this shit is boring. And now she's really rebelling. She want to be in the streets. She want to be desired by other men. She probably want to do something with another man because she probably never experienced that. Like, when did they get together? Like high school or something? That is not enough time to be out in the world and do stuff and experience stuff. Like, you don't have to experience a whole lot. But I don't think she experienced anything at all. And now she's tied down, married with kids. You can't go do your thing right now unless you go do your thing and run the risk. Like, you ain't just no Lucinda from down the block. You're Ayesha Curry. If you gonna mess with anybody, trust me, we gonna know about it.
Now, first of all, let's not rewrite history. Steph and Ayesha didn't stumble into this life, they chose it. They've been together since high school, built on faith and family. That's not being trapped. That is a choice and partnership. This idea that Ayesha missed out on doing her thing, well, let's be real. Because being with Steph from the start of his career afforded her opportunities most women would never see. She's been able to explore her interests, hobbies, and passions through cooking, business ventures, and media work. On top of that, she has the money, resources, and access to do more. So Ayesha has no excuse not to pursue outside interests if she wants them. Those things didn't take away from their marriage, they added to it. So what people call boring is really legacy building. I'm gonna be real, because Ayesha has shown attention-seeking behaviors at times. She's admitted to feeling overshadowed by Steph's success and has been open about insecurities around not getting male attention while other women throw themselves at Steph.
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. Because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
But here's the truth. Sleeping around wouldn't have changed that mindset. Insecurities don't disappear the more you sleep around. Those behaviors amplify them. And let's be real, living a so-called 3 or 4 lifestyle isn't harmless. It comes with consequences. STDs, some incurable, unplanned pregnancies, emotional baggage. Those risks are real, and pretending they don't exist just to sell fun and freedom is misleading at best and destructive at worst. And to make matters worse, the woman in the video was married herself, but she doubled down and then tried to say being a hoe doesn't mean sleeping around.
Why they posted my Ayesha Curry video on 2 major blogs that I know of. Kind of scared, but thank y'all, because I feel famous now. I didn't even know this was happening. And then my husband was like, somebody sent me your video. Sometimes I'll be saying stuff that not everybody agrees with. And I just don't want to see negative comments because I know what I meant. And it makes sense to me. I never said Ayesha need to go be a 304 right now. I'm saying like, before you get married and have kids, go experience some stuff. And also being a 304 don't mean you just sleeping around with everybody. Like, I don't know, but
well, if being a hoe doesn't mean sleeping around, then what does it mean? Dressing reckless, chasing attention, acting out? Because her whole point was that Ayesha needed those experiences before marriage. She just couldn't take that heat once people called her out. And at the end of the day, she said what she said, but I still disagree. Marriage isn't supposed to look like chaos. You don't need to undermine your vows or call yourself a hoe just to feel fulfilled. The discipline, the stability, the legacy you build with your spouse, that's where real growth happens. And here's the bigger picture. You can't get a Steph acting like a future. The very men women say they want, who are disciplined, faithful, and emotionally available, are not looking for a wife who mirrors the worst habits of men. They're looking for women who never needed that chaos in the first place. At the end of the day, you can do all the fun, growth, and exploration with your husband, the man who's actually committed to being there for the journey with you. That's how you safeguard your marriage, build respect, and create something lasting. Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments respectfully. Like this video, share, as well as subscribe to the channel. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all.
I am not capable of casual hookups anymore, you guys. Clearly. I hadn't hooked up with anyone for 4 months, which is like the longest it's been probably since I've been sexually active. Yeah, and I gave in and I let my guard down, and holy fuck, sex is really sacred. I'm a little bit mad at myself that I shared it so willy-nilly. Holy fuck, I did not realize how much I have been craving a really deep love. I'm a sensitive girl, you guys, holy shit. But now I know. Hookups are not for me.
Earlier today, I was on a live where a lot of women were talking about being 304s and sleeping with men and having pimps, etc., as it was cool. And I'm telling you guys now, it is not cool. If you were a young girl and someone approached you and told you, you know what, no one is going to really actually love you for who you are, so you might as well sell your body, that was grooming. That is sexual abuse. That is sexual violence. We don't want to normalize it. And we are trying to heal a wound through this 304 schmeck positive culture, but it's a veil for true pain. Because if there was someone there to protect you and there was someone invested in your well-being long-term, you would have been able to experience girlhood. And these people have robbed you of girlhood. And as a way to try to get your power back, you think you're going to do it back to men by selling your body or being promiscuous or, you know, all of these things. But I'm telling you, these are all the ways in which your inner child is trying to gain back agency. We need to stop normalizing this, because when we normalize it, then we become a culture where we are very materialistic and we see one another as objects to be used and consumed, and we continue a vicious cycle. And just because it's been normalized doesn't mean that we do not have the capacity and power to change it. Do not for a second try to accept that this 304 culture and this normalization of schnick positivity is anything more than a trauma response, a coping mechanism to the pain of being hurt.
Do you agree that we all grieve different? I slept with 4 guys in 1 week.
Oh my God.
It was around the time when I was grieving my marriage, though. I was grieving my marriage and I was going through serious depression this one time. This was actually about a year to a year and a half after I had gotten divorced, and I did the filing for the divorce, yes. I had sex with 4 men all in 1 week. If you want to hear this story, you gotta comment.
Nah, we don't want to hear that shit. And the fact that you tried to justify being a hoe with saying I was grieving my marriage is insane. And honestly, I don't believe she was dealing with those guys after the marriage. I feel like she was dealing with them during her entire marriage, because one thing that I know about people dealing with high infidelity in their marriage and their relationships, they never just met the person. Trust and believe that. It's been a process. They met the person online or offline. They've been calling and texting them, hanging out with them, you know, often. And they've built a rapport with these people way before they started getting into physical cheating. We need to bring back shame. This is the problem. We need to bring back shame. The fact that these women are bored and they think that I can just go in here and promote about being a hoe so I can get my likes and followers up, and people are eating this shit up. This is crazy. Back in the day, you would get stoned for even being a hoe. And the way that being a hoe is so normalized now is insane, man. And they call this content. I even see people in her comments saying that, oh, do what you got to do, queen, but, you know, just make sure you safe.